And here we go. So tell us what you were doing before Year Up. How did you hear about Year Up, and why did you decide to join Year Up?
Well, before Year Up, I was attending San Francisco State University, and I completed the whole year. Unfortunately, I got disqualified, and I know 2 alumni from Year Up that work at Pandora, and so as we were discussing what was my next move, they referred Year Up. They told me about, they teach you how to be professional, tech-based, and it took me like a week to just digest it all. So I finally thought about it because it was also try something new, and I searched it up. I'm like, okay, this can be the place for me. So I applied.
And you got in.
Yes.
All right. All right. So why tech, Joe? Why do you want to work in tech?
Well, growing up, you always, watch TV, like sports and also like computers, and you wonder like, who come up with this? Like, who the people like who does it? I'm very like behind the scenes, and like I'll be one of those people, and tech is something new about tech every day, and I use tech every day like everybody else, and I always want to know like what goes on behind this computer screen, like who's the person who programs the software, who does everything, and I want to be one of those people.
Great.
So now that we're about 2/3 of the way through L&D, weird to think about that. What has been, since joining the program, the biggest challenge or growth area for you? And what specifically have you done to overcome this challenge, and what do you plan on doing in the future just to prepare yourself for success at internship?
You said a strength and a growth area?
Just something that's been a challenge or a growth area. We'll get to
okay. Well, growth area for me personally, I don't like asking questions. I don't like asking for help. Like, for example, like you can, like a year ago, you can give me directions and I will not ask you how to do it. I will spend all day trying to figure it out myself, and you're more comfortable talking to your peers than with instructors, and either I will learn from my peers or I'll just be struggling, and people tell me you shouldn't do that, you should ask questions. Now now I'm working on that. I ask more questions now. I go after program or training, I ask my instructor how to do this, and I also ask my colleagues as well. I go to them first before I go to my trainer or my coach. So yeah, I'm still, I made a lot of progress, but I'm still working on it because I'm kind of shy.
It's okay. We all have things that we're working on. Thinking forward to internship, do you have a plan for how you're going to continue to approach that on internship?
Oh yeah, just keep on developing. Just keep learning, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Because I know I always go into every situation knowing that I'm not the only one who needs help. So for me, it's like I don't want to look stupid in front of everybody, but I understand like it's okay because 50% chance that you're not the only one. So you ask a question, somebody else is probably thinking it, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why that's what I'm working on doing.
Great, thank you. So in your packet, you had some sample job descriptions available or internship descriptions available. So going off of one of those, and you can use any one you'd like, what makes you a strong candidate for that internship position?
Well, internship I would like to go to is Pandora. The reason is I'm very familiar with the people there. I love the environment, and it's like family. It's family to me, and it's just I would be a great fit because like, man, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm trying to pick the words out. They will help me like develop more because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here, and also if I wasn't if I didn't get a chance to go to Pandora, I would be, finding any other internship. Because, they're all, have one goal, and they all have one goal, and that's to develop us more when we get there.
All right, so, thanks, Joe. So let's assume that you're working at a tech company and your boss comes in and gives you this very high-profile project. And you think, and this will be good for you, you think that you've written down all the notes to it, but you realize that you don't really know what it is that he or she wants. What do you do?
Well, after I look at it and I realize I still don't know what to do, I will ask them. I've asked them, can they clarify what they want me to do? Because, you have to ask questions. I don't want to look stupid because they trusted me with this high-level project, and for me to just sit there and just act like I don't know what I'm doing, that's a waste of their time and mine. So I will ask questions.
Okay.
First I would try to look it up first, and then I will ask the questions.
Okay. All right. So talk to us about a time when you had to complete a large quantity of work in a short amount of time. How do you assure us that you're going to meet that deadline and still deliver high quality work?
Can you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was really my fault. So you wanted to complete a large quantity of work in a very short amount of time. How are you going to deliver that amount of work and assure us that it's going to be detailed and of quality work?
Set time aside for me to complete all that work. Knowing myself, I'm going to complete everything, take my time to complete everything, make sure it's everything right before I will submit that. So, just make sure, my time management skills are on point. So, no distractions. Just, if I have to complete 9 assignments in 2 days, I'm here after school for, completing at least 5 before I go home, then complete the other 4 tomorrow the next day. Well, not really the next day. When I'm done with the other 4, submit it early.
Okay, good.
Can I probe you a little bit more there?
Yeah.
Is there an example, because I know there have been times in L&D where you've had similar situations where you've had a ton of deliverables. Can you share just how kind of your process for allocating time for certain things?
Well, for example, Jesus gave us 9 worksheets we have to complete in a matter of, I want to say a week or shorter than a week. And I'm always here after training is over, so I just work it out. Just complete this, complete that. At least do 2 or 3, 5-minute break, then another 2 or 3.
That's not the first time we've heard that Jesus assignment.
Yeah, that was a lot of
traumatizing experience for multiple people.
That was our
That's
assignment too. Right? I know.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that. So moving on, so I asked you about your growth areas. On the flip side of that, what would you consider to be your greatest strength in the workplace?
I'm teachable. I'm also relatable. I won't turn down any task that anyone gives to me, and I get this a lot. Born leader. I guess people say I have a presence in the room. Nice smile. So I take all those and just combine it into one, and you have Joe.
Nice, Joe. So let's see. Describe a conflict situation that you've experienced in the workplace, and how did you handle that conflict?
I don't get too many conflicts. I'm sorry. I don't get into conflicts.
It doesn't have to be like a
Right, not
a
anything
conflict,
major.
like a disagreement
Yeah.
or something
Or
like that.
maybe a miscommunication,
Yeah.
or someone did not understand you the way you meant it, or...
Okay. Well, yesterday, I got an infraction yesterday for, my shirt was untucked after hours, and I felt like the person who gave me an infraction, I felt like the way, the way I took it, I didn't really agree with that person. So what I did this morning, I went up and talked to my program manager. So we're gonna schedule a meeting, and I want to just clarify everything.
Good. So you took action.
Yeah.
That's great. You didn't just like mope away, and
Nah.
you took the action to.
Yeah.
You feel justified, and you want to find out more.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good. That's right.
What is a hard skill that you've learned during L&D that you see having a positive impact on your internship?
Outlook. Using Outlook, because I'm not familiar with that, and so, and also, before, you're also unorganized, and Lil taught me how to stay organized, use the calendar. So, till this day, I have the app on my phone. Set up meetings so I get all the alerts 15 minutes early.
Good.
And like today, I had this ready. I was preparing for it all night, and until it was my time to come down. So just using that, and also with Jesus, hardware. Learning what actually goes into the computer. Learning where all the pieces go, and because no one teaches you this. Growing up, like people say your computer ain't working. You don't know what's wrong with it, so you spend all this money buying new ones. So just learning, like I say, like the behind the scenes work. That I like that.
Cool.
And I'm also very hands on. So like touching stuff, taking it apart, putting it back together.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I get a kick out of that.
Awesome.
So just one question that wasn't prepared, just kind of off the grid. If I asked you your definition of happiness, what would that be?
Just, achieving my goals, whatever it is. I'll tell anybody that if you want to become, IT instructor here at Year Up, and you complete that, that makes you happy, make me happy. And just seeing, the people who are impacting, I get a kick out of that too. So, it ain't, I feel like your goals shouldn't have to include money. It's just, do what you want to do. Because I feel like money's don't always be there. Money's not important to me. Just, if you want to make people smile, happy, that, I get a kick out of other people. Like how you guys are smiling right now. That makes me happy. And, I'm the type of person, I don't need a lot. As long as I have, my family and friends, I'm happy all day.
Very good. So now I just have one very quick tech scenario for you. So let's say that Kathleen and I are working on a Word document, and we need to save that Word document as a PDF. How do we do that?
You want me to show you?
If you can tell, you can just tell us.
So say you have this typed up on a Word document. You will go to File, Save As, and when you click Desktop or Document, it will be right when the File Explorer open up. It will be little toolbar right there. It will say Word document. You'll click the down. I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name of it. You click the arrow point down, and it will show you a list of file expansions. And it will show you PDF right there.
File extension.
Extension. Thank
Good.
you.
That's right. Okay, great. Good. All right. Only piece of feedback that I have for you as you move forward, Joe, is one way that helped me a lot, because I also came from the hood from Detroit, and we don't like to ask questions, is that what I've learned from my colleagues through my years is to work smarter, not harder. And you, as you go through life and you go out there and you get in the corporate world, you notice that the smarter the people ask questions. They really ask questions. So try and keep that in mind, that look around you and do what others do, and then that'll help you. But you want to work smarter, not harder. You never want to spend all day figuring out something when I can go right to Kathleen and say, Kathleen, I know you've done this before. Can you help me with this? She'll be happy to. And then there might be something she wants to ask me that I've done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So always keep that in mind, to exchange those ideas so that you don't have to waste time. You don't want to waste time.
Yeah. I learned that because I used to
That's
procrastinate a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, like here, it's just it helped me out a lot. Now, I get the work done, a week ahead of time, and it feels
Feel
good.
good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
absolutely.
I have nothing, and then you always get that feeling like, oh, I have nothing else to do, but you always have something to do.
Oh, man.
Like this week, you was like, I don't know what to do. Study, like
Right, right.
I was looking at like, man, I need to